Here's a refined collection of 7 of Louis Pasteur's most powerful quotes, captured exactly, without numbering or headings, in clear, flowing text. Chance favors the prepared mind. Science knows no country, because knowledge belongs to humanity, and is the torch which illuminates the world. Let me tell you the secret that has led me to my goal. My strength lies solely in my tenacity. There are no such things as applied sciences, only applications of science. When I approach a child, he inspires in me 2 sentiments: tenderness for what he is, and respect for what he may become. After death, life reappears in a different form and with different laws. It is inscribed in the laws of the permanence of life on the surface of the earth, and everything that has been a plant and an animal will be destroyed and transformed into a gaseous, volatile and mineral substance. The only thing that can bring joy is work. Sources behind the quotes. Chance favors the prepared mind, is one of Pasteur's best-known lines. Science knows no country, appears both in brainy quote and A to Z quotes. Let me tell you the secret, is likewise cited widely. There are no such things as applied sciences, is referenced in multiple authoritative sources. When I approach a child, features in brainy quote listings. The thought on life after death comes from a detailed quote collection at Today and Sci. The only thing that can bring joy is work, also appears in Firstenspire's compilation of his quotes. Need more quotes or prefer them on a specific theme, e.g., science, perseverance, faith? Just say the word. Here are more inspiring quotes from Louis Pasteur, flowing naturally without numbering or headings. Little science takes you away from God, but more of it takes you to Him. The more I study nature, the more I stand amazed at the work of the Creator. Science brings men nearer to God. To know how to wonder and question is the first step of the mind toward discovery. The greatest derangement of the mind is to believe in something because one wishes it to be so. A bottle of wine contains more philosophy than all the books in the world. The role of the infinitely small in nature is infinitely great. Messieurs, c'est les microbes qui auront le dernier mot. Gentlemen, it is the microbes who will have the last word. Chance favors the prepared mind. Do not promote what you can't explain, simplify, and prove early. Time is the best appraiser of scientific work, and I am aware that an industrial discovery rarely produces all its fruit in the hands of its first inventor. Posterity will one day laugh at the sublime foolishness of the modern materialistic philosophy. Intuition is given only to him who has undergone long preparation to receive it. Live in the serene peace of laboratories and libraries. Science advances through tentative answers to a series of more and more subtle questions which reach deeper and deeper into the essence of natural phenomena. God grant that by my persevering labors I may bring a little stone to the frail and ill-assured edifice of our knowledge of those deep mysteries of life and death where all our intellects have so lamentably failed. Worship the spirit of criticism. The greatest derangement of the mind is to believe in something because one wishes it to be so. Blessed is he who carries within himself a God, an ideal, and who obeys it, ideal of art, ideal of science, ideal of the gospel virtues. Therein lie the springs of great thoughts and great actions, they all reflect light from the infinite. Science brings men nearer to God. Spontaneous generation is a chimera. It is characteristic of experimental science that it opens ever-widening horizons to our vision. To be astonished at anything is the first movement of the mind towards discovery. The great art consists in devising decisive experiments, leaving no place to the imagination of the observer. The only thing that can bring joy is work. Young men, live in the serene peace of laboratories and libraries. Say to yourselves first, what have I done for my instruction? And, as you gradually advance, what have I done for my country? When you believe you have found an important scientific fact, fight yourself, try and ruin your own experiments, and only proclaim your discovery after having exhausted all contrary hypotheses. You bring me the deepest joy, that science and peace will triumph over ignorance and war. Fermentation is life without air, it is life without free oxygen. Every living thing from a living thing. Omne vivum ex vivo. Every chemical substance, those with a plane of symmetry belong to the mineral, those without to the living world. Laboratories and discoveries are correlative terms. If you suppress laboratories, physical science will become stricken with barrenness and death. Would you like quotes on specific themes, like perseverance, science, faith, or more in French originals? Just let me know. Here are more enriching and thoughtful quotes from Louis Pasteur, presented seamlessly, without headings or numbering, for a smooth and immersive read. Fermentation is life without air, it is life without free oxygen. Every living thing from a living thing. Omne vivum ex vivo. Without laboratories, men of science are soldiers without arms. As in the experimental sciences, truth cannot be distinguished from error as long as firm principles have not been established through the rigorous observation of facts. To demonstrate experimentally that a microscopic organism actually is the cause of a disease and the agent of contagion, I know no other way than to subject the microbe to the method of cultivation out of the body. When you believe you have found an important scientific fact, fight yourself, try and ruin your own experiments, and only proclaim your discovery after having exhausted all contrary hypotheses. Worship the spirit of criticism. If reduced to itself, it is not an awakener of ideas or a stimulant to great things, but, without it, everything is fallible, it always has the last word. Young men, live in the serene peace of laboratories and libraries. Say to yourselves first, what have I done for my instruction? And, as you gradually advance, what have I done for my country? When meditating over a disease, I never think of finding a remedy for it, but, instead, a means of preventing it. The Greeks have given us one of the most beautiful words of our language, the word, enthusiasm, a God within. The grandeur of the acts of men is measured by the inspiration from which they spring. Happy is he who bears a God within. Science advances through tentative answers to a series of more and more subtle questions which reach deeper and deeper into the essence of natural phenomena. The sciences gain by mutual support. To him who devotes his life to science, nothing can give more happiness than increasing the number of discoveries, but his cup of joy is won when the results of his studies immediately find practical applications. The only thing that can bring joy is work. You bring me the deepest joy that can be felt by a man whose invincible belief is that science and peace will triumph over ignorance and war. But whether our efforts are not favored by life, let us be able to say, I have done what I could. Would you like to explore quotes in French, or narrow them to themes like perseverance, science, or ethics? Just let me know, happy to continue.